hold on. We're gonna do this thing again. And it's picking the wrong audio source. Okay. Look, I'm gonna manually
You.
edit this audio source. Okay, now we should be able to hear other people talk.
We are other people who are talking
We are indeed other people who speak words.
and say stuff.
Indeed.
Oh,
We are quite good at making up things and stuff.
I see the little green line going.
Incredible.
Most
You did it!
Yay.
Congratulations,
Surrender.
So
Jeffrey Bezos.
it seems like no matter how many times I click the settings, I need to manually edit them once we go live. That is good
Weird.
to know.
Huh.
Why? Why? Oh boy. Well, anyway, hello, and it is already 7 o'clock. My goodness. Okay, well then I guess we're just gonna get rolling. So, good evening, everyone. Just your friendly reminder that while we are proud of our product, we must admit that none of us are in a professional recording studio. We are recording on a myriad of devices and internet qualities. Please give us patience if there are technical difficulties and or interruptions from pets and toddlers. We love all of you and hope you enjoy the show. First, let's introduce ourselves in the order shown in our Discord chat and tell us your name, your character name, and for tonight's question, I'm going to need one of our delightful Cuddle Vagabonds to roll a D100, please.
I have new dice.
Do it.
Are we
Break them in.
gonna initiate the new dice?
Break it in.
We are breaking in
Okay.
the new my first set of rolling log dice, in fact.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness. Okay, this feels really special. I'm here for it.
Okay. The rolling log dice say 48.
Okay, 48.
But they
Okay.
do not they deal half damage to creatures resistant to non-magical damage.
Okay.
I know that's not really relevant, but I have silvered bullets and regular bullets dice, and I rolled the regular bullets dice.
Okay. Well, this feels especially geared toward the Cuddle Vagabonds because tonight's question is, how many pillows do you sleep with?
Us or our character?
We're gonna go with
That's a good question.
your character, though. If you would like to self-disclose pillows, sure, go ahead. Whatever you're comfortable.
Where? How many pillows do I
Hi, my name's Alex. I'll be using this voice to play Colin tonight. Hopefully it's the right voice. I think it's the right voice. It's been a bit. I, Alex, sleep with 2 pillows. But Colin sleeps with as many pillows as he can get his hands on.
All right. Hi, I'm Amy, and tonight I'll be playing Sheba. And Amy also sleeps with 2 pillows, but Sheba sleeps with either every available pillow or 0 pillows, much like, the top of a fridge.
There is no in between.
There's no in between. It's the feline way. Yes.
Excellent. My name is Anna. I'm a co-DM on this channel, so I will play probably a lot of characters, most of them named Billy Bob. And I sleep with 2 pillows, a regular pillow and a body pillow. Though if you take a look at my bed, it does have probably over a dozen pillows on it. So I mean, there's just a lot of pillows. I really like pillows. And I'm sure that my characters do as well. Yeah, we're going with that.
Hi, I'm Melanie. I will be playing Suri. I sleep with 3 pillows. Suri probably sleeps with 1.
Hello, my name is Karina or Star, and I will be playing Gatiara Stoneshatter. Karina has 5 pillows on her bed, but I only use 2 of them regularly. And I don't think Yaya sleeps with any. I feel like she typically sleeps with none. Because I don't know that she actually sleeps on a bed. If there's a bed and there's a pillow, she'd probably use it, but yeah, typically non-pillow.
Can it be a thing that Yaya cuddles with Toe Smasher?
Well, I mean, I could totally see her using Toe Smasher as the pillow. But I didn't really consider that a pillow because that's not a normal pillow. That's a hammer. So yeah, probably has I was just thinking about it as you were saying that. I was like, that's probably accurate. It's probably used sleeps. You always sleep with your weapon under your pillow, right? Well, don't have to when your weapon is the pillow.
Anna,
Si, senor.
on the topic of Billy Bob characters, how did Billingsley Ivan Lee Langston Yangovich turn out?
Absolutely delightful. In our one-shot last night, the young Prince of Brangovia was successfully rescued from an enchanted castle by quite a haphazardly put together band of heroes, and was successfully returned to the king, who does have a proposition for these heroes should they choose to accept it.
Marvelous. I apologize to the YouTube and internet archaeologists who are probably confused right now. I've just been dying to say that name out loud.
Would you care to point out the importance of that name?
His initials spell out Billy.
Uh-huh.
I do appreciate.
Very, very important.
I'm done being confusing now.
No, I don't believe you for 1 second.
Well, see, I have just woken up from a nap, so you are right to do so.
Excellent. So, while I cleverly copy your tokens onto the next map, I know it's a big ask, but does anyone have a recap or remember what in the world was going on the last time we all played together?
Flip back several pages of notes.
Yup, it's a lot for me.
Listen, there's been a lot of Monday night notes, none of which are plot important, but they're all funny.
So, there was a bandit attack on a farm. That very likely appeared to be orchestrated by some local industrialists who want the farm or want the land on the cheap to build a railroad over, and we take issue with that.
We being Colin, let's be very specific.
Okay, yes. Colin's ready to fight an army over this.
Colin is ready to head a revolution.
Yes, he just needs to meet a Russian dude with a blue coat. It's probably too soon to have said that, but yes. Colin takes issue with them being effectively muscled off of their own land and wishes to intervene in their favor in some way. Last time we split the party and absolutely nothing went wrong whatsoever.
Never.
Yaya had an excellent discussion with a local goddess. Nothing happened back at the farmstead except that the local goddess brought down a bag of holding containing 25,000 platinum pieces for these beleaguered farmers to start a new life with.
Uh-huh.
And
we summoned Apollo. He signed my armor.
Bow versus bow versus bow versus bow is a note that I have.
I also have a note that says Votion is proficient in cows.
Yes, I have a nat 20 for cows. They know a farmer when they see one. I liked that. That was a good one. We were told to listen more to what is not said by aforementioned Goddess of Storms. And I have a note about agricultural what is that word? Oh, it's the word that I can't pronounce. Somnambulism. The sleep. The thing.
Somnambulism.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm.
let's just call it sleepwalking and move on.
I spelled it right, but I couldn't pronounce it. And then I also have a note that says, "May light and music be with you," and I think I compulsively wrote "and also with you."
Well, I think that I probably said "and also with you."
Did you? Okay, because I was like, I would compulsively write that if I had written down that previous statement. So I'm glad that someone else was with me on that page. I also have a question. Everyone always asks, "Why is the storm?" Not "How is the storm?"
You know,
Depends on the storm. Does he lift? Because if so, I want to know how he is.
the storm would very much appreciate someone caring, you know?
Yeah, I think, we were, Sheba was staying behind to make sure there were no shenanigans happening at the farm with Votion, and then, the other 3 intrepid heroes are heading to the council meeting. I think, if I recall, there was something about I was going to call them elitists, which isn't incorrect, but upper class that, came by the farm and were like, "So sorry to hear that you had so much trouble."
Oh no, a
Can
fire?
the
I've never
council
heard
help?
of arson before in my life.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. We heard about the fire that was just put out 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, something like that. That was also a thing.
Yeah.
The council could totally help you.
Yeah, this is definitely not what set Colin off in the first place.
Definitely not suspicious.
Basically the audacity of the bourgeoisie.
Indeed, the sum up of the sum up of the previous.
So, that sounds like an excellent summary of what in the world has happened to the Cuddle Vagabonds. So, we have Sheba back at the ranch, and we also have our party of Colin, Surrey, Yaya, Gage, and the 2 farmers heading off to this town meeting. May I have a representative from the group going to the town hall?
What will the duties of said representative be?
You'll find out.
Colin's the one that's incensed, so...
Excellent.
Yeah, I did not wish to volunteer because I volunteered already once.
I was thinking if it had to do with dice rolling, you have new dice to roll.
I do.
So
I do, though I don't know how appropriate bullet-shaped dice are for Colin.
For
I
his
mean-
current mood?
you fire crossbows. It's like the same thing.
It's a short bow, but yeah, that's a fair point.
So
Projectiles.
gosh. So I'm gonna need a D20 from both Amy and Alex. And
Oh. Well, I rolled a 3, so.
Woo!
Okay, we are going to be breaking out the dice for Mr. Baker.
yeah, I'm not sure why you resorted to roll 20 when you have the aforementioned new dice.
Because I'm scared of how these things roll, and I don't understand how to read them yet.
Embrace the chaos.
Embrace them.
I also rolled a 2 on the D20, so
Okay.
So something be fishy, yo. Okay,
Fish.
so Amy, Sheba, we're gonna check in on you first. So now our wonderful Twitch stream should be able to see the farmer's map. Although there are still fire spots there, there's no longer any fire. Maybe some burns, but no more fire. No, everything is fine now. Sheba, your party has officially left to go to this town hall meeting. What is it that you are doing on this day?
Well, I believe the plan was that Crother and I would be making the rounds, making sure the perimeter is well guarded. And Voshin, if I recall correctly, successfully sequestered the cows inside the house, and so they probably need cow sitting.
Excellent. Yeah, Voshin's going to be cow sitting and making sure they have everything they need. Crother has begun his patrol around the perimeter. And if you are doing the same, could I get a perception? I'm not.
I'm in a tree.
perception
Hold on.
you. You're in. Well, the cat sometimes gets in a tree. Are you?
I mean,
Okay, perception. Oh god, I forgot my perception was that high. Freaking tabaxi. 21.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you can easily see that no one at this time is trying to approach the farm either from the north or from the south. The east and west do get obscured at some points by the trees growing along the roads, but as far as you can see, no, everything looks clear.
Alright, I'm gonna shimmy up a tree. I'm gonna get a good high vantage point, and I will just keep watch from up there so that I can see things coming from further off while Crother gets the ground level.
Excellent, excellent. So while you are up in the tree, Crother walks around the perimeter, finishing another circuit, and comes to the base of your tree and stands beneath it and looks up at where you are sitting.
Do I have something on my feet?
He cocks his head, and you hear a voice answering your question in your head. Are they feet, or do you prefer to call them paws?
I mean, they're all paws, technically. But I gotta distinguish the bottom paws from the top paws, you know what I mean? So I just use what the human people use, so they're my paw feet, they're feet.
they're not pizza.
They could be Pete's.
I'll make a note of that. What are you doing up there?
I can see from pretty far away up here, so I'm just on the lookout for anybody coming by to, I don't know, burn the farm down again. Or whatever else they might try for their railroad.
This railroad. Have you seen one before?
Has Sheba seen a railroad before?
What an excellent question. Roll history, please.
Oh, that's a good roll. That's a dirty 20.
Fantastic. So, um, in your travels in the other nation, you know what railroads are. You know about these things, and you did catch a few side conversations while you've been in the Painted Fish at your extended stay about about a railroad being built in Jobix. And so you do know that railroads being built is a thing going on in this world.
Yeah, I've seen a railroad, and I heard talk of a railroad. Why do you ask?
Crowther looks down the dirt pathways leading up to the farm. Is it different from that road?
Yeah, there's a... They make like a pathway out of wood, and then they put a couple of metal lines down the wood pathway, and then they put this big metal box on top of the lines, and it makes a funky little noise, and it goes and there's a lot of smoke, but it can transport a lot of people very fast, but it makes a lot of noise, and every time I see one it makes my tail poof.
And that is not something your species enjoys, tails going poof.
I mean, we can't really control it, but yeah, it's not really great, no.
So, you do not like the railroad because it makes
I
your tail go poof.
I can see the purpose it serves. I can see how it would be helpful in certain situations, but no, I personally do not like the railroad.
Vontaria does not like change. I like Vontaria, and I like you. I do not like this railroad.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of this railroad being here.
I will watch. Do railroads tend to attack at night or the day?
You know,
Crowther's the best.
that's a very good question, and I don't really know the answer. Give me a minute. I don't remember what Sheba's intelligence score is. Okay, it's fine. You know, from what I've seen, I think it takes a lot of people to make the railroad happen. So I think we'd probably see them coming. But if there's some kind of a magical railroad system, yeah, it could sneak up on us at night.
Well, then I will look for either people or strong magic users. We should be suspicious of them both.
That's generally true, I find, yeah.
Crowther nods and continues his patrol. Sheba, is there anything else you would like to do before we check in on the other half of the Cuddle Vagabonds?
Nope. Because she's just chilling up here looking for any signs of rogue trains.
Or people.
Kinds of rogue trains. Excellent.
It's my favorite enemy, the conductor.
Can we suplex them?
I was thinking the little engine that could.
She might be able to suplex them. Her strength is all right.
Best.
Excellent. So, the rest of our wonderful Cuddle Vagabonds do arrive without further incident to the town hall. It is a place that both of the farmers, Franklin and I wrote down their names. So
I immediately wanted to be like Franklin and Roosevelt. I don't know.
Roosevelt. Oh, I missed
But
an
I think it's-
opportunity there.
Wouldn't-
Zelnia.
Wouldn't they be named
Zelnia?
Franklin and Theodore?
Oh
Zelnia.
gosh.
Oh, true. Two Roosevelts.
I mean, I was immediately. She said Franklin, and I was like, "You mean Franklin and Delano Roosevelt?"
Oh man. That's good.
Zelnia. I think is that
Yeah.
Zelnea? Is that how it was?
Zelnea. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I thought
I know it's Franklin, but in my notes I wrote Frankling, and I'm like, no.
Ooh,
Oh,
who
okay.
is she?
Frankling. Ooh, I don't.
Frankling, my dear.
Frankling.
I don't give a damn.
That's
I
good.
don't give a dawning.
No. Okay. So you all arrive, and Frankling. No! Oh my gosh! No!
Sorry.
Ow!
I'm sorry.
Embrace it.
No!
That is the first time that you've done that. Like, I don't think
Wow.
you did that up until
Wow.
this very moment.
You know,
So
and I
if that
don't
makes
think
you
I
feel any
copied
better.
over Franklin at all. I copied over the little girl. Hold on.
No,
Who's
you
the
did.
other farmer?
Lacey?
Yeah, I copied it. No, I didn't.
Oh,
Okay.
no, that is the little girl.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Lacey is also being cowsat.
Yeah.
She,
Isn't Lacey
however,
singing to the plants?
is sitting on the cows.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
She is sitting on the couch. Okay. You know what? Franklin and Zelnia, they're gonna look a lot alike.
That's fine. No worries.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything is awesome.
We're all
In fact,
fine
We're
here.
all fine here. Please don't.
We're all a
come
little
down,
mad here.
Investigate anything. So
please, yeah. Please don't make me roll a wisdom save or an intelligence save.
please don't roll anything.
Please don't send a squad of stormtroopers to detention level AA-20.
No, definitely not. So Zelnia dismounts and says, "Well, this is the town hall. The meeting should start in about half an hour or so. We'll just go make sure it's all right for you all to be here. It's the town hall is downstairs in the basement, but it does take place in our library. It's quite beautiful. You're welcome to visit, explore. We'll find you when it's time. Again, I thank you for being here. This means a lot."
This is Franklin speaking, right?
Yes. No.
Oh,
It's
good.
Zelnia.
Zelnia gets a big hug.
Aww.
I have a quick question for you. As I just want to make sure that my instinct on this is right, because Yaya's got that rustic hospitality from her folk hero background. So my instinct is that she just comes in, like she just like makes herself at home. Like, as far as if there are common people here, she'll just kind of start going around and talking to them. But I wanted to make sure that didn't seem like completely off base or anything.
Yeah. This is
Okay.
when you walk in, it is clearly a public library that is hustling and bustling with active readers, not kind of like a quiet, never ever speak library, but also not a mall. So
It's like a low murmur, if
yeah,
anything. Okay.
like a bookshop. And this over
Oh, okay.
here is the first level. There are stairs going up to the upper level, And then what you see down here with all of the benches is where the town hall meeting will commence when the time comes. Dun dun dun! Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Is there someone that like looks like a librarian or an owner of a bookshop?
There is, let's see, roll some
Sure.
perception for me, please.
Okay. Well, I'm not trained in that. I rolled a natural 20. It's fine.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
So it's 22. And I
Even,
perceive the rest of my rolls will be terrible for the evening. I hope we don't get into a fight.
even though this girl over here looks not more than 8 or 9 years old, it's clear that she knows her way around the facility. And while she might not be the librarian herself, she looks like she spends quite a bit of time here.
Makes sense. I mean, I don't know about the others. Yaya will definitely just go ahead and like hop off the cart and walk in the door and start scanning around and see this person.
Yeah, so Yaya's hopping off the cart immediately. Colin, Surrey, what are you two up to?
If it looks like everyone is heading inside, Suri will go to help Gage off the cart and walk in with her.
It's like Gage will accept the help. Getting down from the cart, he'll say, the farmer said we're at a library, right?
Yeah, and that the meeting room is down in the basement of the library.
All right. Well, I'll just stick to you then.
Okay. And she'll help Gage off the cart to help her inside.
Excellent. Gage stays by your side.
Before Colin heads in, are there any like side or back alleys I can duck into?
Gotta case the place.
Roll some perception there, Colin.
Alrighty. Let's see if I can get the hang of this new dice type. Okay. Am I reading this correctly? Please stand by. I am getting out a flashlight.
Green unit standing by.
Rolled a dice so hard he phased out of existence.
I am trying to understand. I cannot quite tell if this landed on an 11 or a natural 20. So I am taking a picture
For a second opinion.
for the entire rest of the group's opinion. But this is perception.
Yes. Perception.
In the event that it
Disgrace.
is either an 18 or a 27. And I apologize to the internet for not being able to show off what has occurred.
Which flat surface is level with the table? So with those, like the wedges are slightly off from each other. So the one that's like that would be flush with the table, running parallel, that would be the one it landed on.
Okay, yeah, that is the 11. It was hard to tell, and then I looked at it from the opposite side that I was looking at it, and then I realized the 18 and the 20 were equally off kilter, and that meant that the 11 was flat.
I was looking at that dice a completely different way, and now I see what it does. I was like, what's 211 mean?
I was like, 91.
Man, that dice and I'd just be staring at it for a while going, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. I really
It's
don't.
like he's trying to communicate with me.
I was like, huh? Pika pika.
Yeah.
Best.
All right.
So yes,
with your
it is
modifiers. What can you
28.
get?
A 28.
With an 11?
Yeah. Or sorry, not 28. Sorry. 18.
Ooh,
Words are hard.
fucking rogues.
Seriously though.
Sorry. That would have been closer to my sleight of hand or stealth rolls.
What? 20? From an 11, we get to 20. Okay, hold on.
Very
hold on.
carefully.
Yes.
Math is easy. Words are hard.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Best.
Oh gosh. Okay, so from your sneaky sneak skills, you are able to see that around the outside of the library, there is clearly an alley on this side over here that you immediately go to. Apparently,
You pinged it, so I decided to follow.
and so there is a basement, and and it has those very small rectangular windows at the very top, so you're able to see into the basement, and the alley is sandwiched between two buildings. One looks like, yes, this is the library, but the building that would be over here is looks like some kind of courthouse. It is shut down for the evening. Some kind of administrative stuff, but everything's off, closed down. No candle lights or anything. So you can see light flooding the alleyway through the library, but as you look closer to the ground, you are able to see the basement windows that go down below the surface of the street.
Marvelous. Colin's gonna duck into the alleyway for a second, put his hood up, and have himself a little bit of a hyperventilate.
So, okay, roll a Constitution saving throw.
I rolled it as a wisdom save when I was doing it just for myself, but a con save would actually be better. That's an 18. Of just Colin's a little nervous and he's trying to get himself put back together.
Okay. Well, whatever nerves Colin is experiencing, he's able to sense them in the moment, and when he is ready, he's able to overcome them, whether through logical reason or through finding a courage and a cause. And he feels like this is something that not only he can do, but something that he needs to do, something that he wants to do.
And once he has collected himself and is no longer having a little bit of a freak out as he realizes just how big of a thing he has gotten himself involved in because he couldn't stop himself from running his mouth, he's going to join his sister and Yaya and Gage in the library.
And anyone looking for them, it is easy to see both Zelnia and Franklin conversing with a noblewoman over here, but not the same noblewoman that that came to visit the farm.
Karina is gonna look and see. Yaya's very familiar with certain countries, but I don't remember. Okay, she is familiar with Jobix. What is what is the word Karina's looking for? Like the class, like the situation, like there is a common people and there's an upper class.
The socioeconomical
The
kind of
political,
thing.
yeah, kind of thing. What would she know, I guess? Is that like a history roll, maybe?
Oh, definitely a history roll.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She is trained in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That one is a mighty 11.
Woohoo! My goodness.
Roll a 6. Feeling strong.
That's so exciting. Okay. So you can clearly tell that there is or you can clearly remember that there's a disbursement of wealth that is not even. That there are several monarchies in operation throughout Kutasa, and so that is naturally going to create some inequity. In Jobix specifically, there is there is very much an elite class, especially associated with the deities. There's a lot of stock put into the seven, and their impact on the clerics, on the paladins, on anyone who has a strong connection to them, whether that be through spirituality or through knowledge or research. And people who work to make Jobix a better place, whether that's working the docks or engaging in the commerce that's part of the exports, they can also do quite well and be rich and prosper. But there are also citizens who are a little more detached from the central cities, the farmers, the traveling merchants, people who are a bit more disconnected from society, and they might not have as much political pull and power as those who might be, let's say, a priest at a temple of Zorafina or something like that. It's just not going to be equal, whether in power or in riches.
Yep. Yep. All things that Yaya is like, this is why I do not worship the gods! The disparity is annoying! Then I had one other word that I was looking for. Blah blah blah. I can't think of it, so if I think of it later, I will let you know. Thank you. Cool. Frantically taking notes, it's fine. Oh, I remembered what it was. So it's. I think we've said this before, but kind of building off of what you're talking about. That's kind of like a theocracy, haha. The building of the railroad is it then being, I guess, like it's a front, like they're using the gods as a front for the gods are telling us that we need to do this. I don't remember if we established that or not, but for some reason I had it in my head that like that was part of the building of the railroad is people are like, the gods are telling us that we need to build this railroad.
That definitely depends on who you ask.
Okay, but that's not an uncommon thing for, like, in this situation where someone who's noble that might be associated with the churches, whatever you want to call them, the religious establishment, are actually, they might say to the common people, well, but you need to go away because the gods said that we need to do this thing. They're not above corruption and stuff is not is a thing that does happen, whether it's common or uncommon.
Yeah, that would be a thing that could happen. Absolutely.
Okay.
So, Gage is gonna nudge on Surrey and say, what does Colin's face look like right now?
What does Colin's face look like right now?
So, you know that, like, expression one has when one feels like they are definitely going to throw up, but they're just trying to get through the workday because they are out of sick days.
Oof. That took a turn.
Yeah, he is muscling through, but he has definitely started to feel a little nervous.
Suri is going to sigh and gently pat his shoulder. You okay?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
this isn't gonna be like standing up to the bullies back home, is it?
No. No, it's not. This is politics. It's gonna be way worse.
Oh. Ooh. Sorry, speaking truth.
Right. Well,
Look, we'll figure it out.
yeah.
At the very least, maybe we can get these people a better deal.
Mhm.
And she'll kind of look back to Gage, and even though she knows it won't communicate, she's going to just shake her head before speaking. He's scared, but, we're going to see this out.
Well, it's gonna be a minute before things start, right?
Yeah, I think we have a little time.
If he's a distraction, he really likes these books, right?
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a library, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well, what?
just thought I'd point out there might be something to take his mind off of this. I don't know. I don't do siblings. Sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for, Gage. But she'll look over to Colin, and I think they said that we're free to look around the library, so why not?
For reference, Colin's face has gone from the "I think I'm going to be sick," but I think I can keep it down for a little while, to just absolutely beaming. Thank you, Miss Gage.
No. We don't do, no. Gage. Just Gage. No.
I've tried that. It only works so much with that one.
Oh. Alright. Whatever.
Are you okay with hugs?
Sure.
Vaughn is going to give Gage a very brief and friendly hug because he chose to hear words that she said in a specific way and is very touched by them.
Gage remains stiff as a board and
Yep.
pat, pat, pat.
That checks out.
And then he will pull away and begin perusing the fiction section.
Fabulous. So, while Yaya is reminiscing over history and the Jupiter twins are passing away the time until the meeting begins, we're going to see what's happening meanwhile back on the farm.
Back at the ranch.
Excellent.
I have a question that is going to make me sound really dumb.
I have an answer.
Is meanwhile back at the ranch a rifleman thing?
I don't actually know what it's from.
Okay.
My family's
It's
just
just-
always said it.
Literally
Okay.
same. My parents are
Okay.
old and reference things constantly that I will never have a hope of knowing the origin.
Okay.
Let's see.
The expression originated as a stock subtitle in the silent movies, and at first the reference to the ranch was literal. Later, as the phrase became a cliche, it was used more and more loosely and with a growing sense of mockery or levity, often with a vague focus.
Okay. The reason I asked is because I saw the rifleman on TV at a client facility earlier this week, and they used the phrase, and it was the first time I had seen it outside of like a normal conversation.
I knew that it was like came from the silent movies. I would not have been that articulated if I had not searched it, but that's, they would pop up on the screen, meanwhile back at the ranch, and
Okay.
twirling evil mustache, and etc., etc.
Excellent. Excellent. So, Surrey. Wow. Having an SH lisp and having Sheba and Surrey in the same campaign.
Sorry!
All right.
Oops.
We're figuring this out. Everything's fine. So, Sheba, being at the ranch or the farm, whatever you would like to call this plot of land, several hours have passed and it is now late in the afternoon. What are you up to?
I don't know how good Sheba's attention span is. Are there birds in this tree?
Well, I'm gonna have you do something. I would like for you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I got a good wisdom save, but that was a bad roll. That's an 8.
Yes.
Excellent. Can you roll a d12 for me, please?
Yes, let me find a d12 somewhere in all these bags of dice. Okay. 9.
9.
9?
All right. So, as you're sitting in this tree, you notice that there is a little bird, a sparrow, hopping around on a branch, twittering around, probably just above your head.
Okay, the eyes get really big, but she's not going to go for it yet.
you see a second and a third sparrow sit on the branch as well, all tweeting together.
How sturdy is that branch?
It, intelligent, nature check.
Nature, sure.
Ah.
Oh, that's 5.
That branch looks super secure.
Good. She's still gonna try and just kind of like bap the branch and see what the birds do.
Bapping the branch, the 3 little birds fluster up their wings and do the thing where they immediately fly off and hover, or not hover because hummingbirds, whatever, a few inches and then immediately land back down, and just continue tweeting at each other, twittering, and three merbirds. Wow, three
Birds.
bird.
It's becoming a murder, but they're not ravens.
They're not. Yeah, they're close.
3 more birds arrive, making 6 birds on the branch.
All right, I'm bapping again.
Excellent.
Maybe double bap.
So you double bap, and
Bap.
the birds kind of flutter around, look at each other, and now there is 1 bird on the branch, and there are 8 birds on your head.
Oh, you guys, this is not a nest.
They are snuggling down and sitting on your head.
You don't have very good sense of self-preservation. This is not a safe space for you.
One starts to hippity hop down onto your shoulder and starts nuzzling into your neck.
This is very endearing. I feel bad that I've eaten your cousins.
Another drops down to your other shoulder and starts singing in your ear.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
15.
Excellent. You do not feel compelled to follow the birds as they, one by one, begin bouncing back onto the branch and higher into the tree.
Can I tell that I've almost been bird bewitched?
You feel a strange sense that you want to follow them, but you're aware that you don't have to.
Yeah, right. Now that's suspicious. Where did these birds come from?
One of the birds turns around and poops.
On me?
Make a dexterity saving throw. DC to beat is 15.
Oh, man. 14! God damn it.
Yeah, the bird pooped on you.
I am gonna bap the bird directly.
Oh, okay.
Roll to bap the bird.
Okay. Make an
It's a
attack.
claw attack, because
Claw
I'm a
attack?
tabaxi.
Claw attack on the bird.
24.
That hits the bird.
It was a natural 19! So the bird will take 5 damage.
Oh, that's a dead bird.
It's what you get.
Please roll a
Have some respect.
Hold on, I did it. Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait, I need to click. What? Okay, hold on. I need to. There we go. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We need to. Okay. Un momento, por favor.
I'm very frightened by whatever bird poop imagery is about to happen on this screen.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna
Or the dead bird. It's one of the two. Or both.
dead bird. That just seems odd. There we go. Do, 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 do.
Oh.
Do, 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 do.
I need to roll for bird initiative.
Yeah, you're gonna need to roll.
Yeah, roll for bird. That's a number.
Sparrows were secretly cuckoos from The Legend of Zelda. Roll for initiative.
6.
Fabulous.
I don't think it'll be relevant, but should I use Classic Shiva or Sun Warrior Shiva? Which is what I am testing. They're very similar.
You can use Sun Warrior. So, as you bap this bird and it dies, the other birds kind of look at you and they dissolve.
Oh, I hit too hard.
When they dissolve, their mist forms into a shadowy bird creature that grows and grows until it is a shadow of a bird much larger than you. And if shadows could grin, it'd be grinning.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, back at the library. Hi guys.
Hi.
What you up to?
Hello.
After perusing the fiction, Colin is going to kind of get lost in one of the darker stacks, flip his hood up, and vanish. And is going to explore the library and do some is it called intelligence gathering or eavesdropping around here?
I thought it was recon, but whatever.
We'll call it that. Yes, I am presuming I need to make a stealth check.
Oh, definitely.
Excellent. That's a 21.
Oh gosh. Okay, hold on.
Look, you gave the rogue an item that gives him advantage on stealth checks.
Okay. You feel all of the sneaky. However, make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. Got it. 13.
Okay. You are aware that someone else on this floor of the library is aware of your presence.
Okay.
Where are you going with your sneaky sneak skills?
Colin is... I'm presuming he's going to be basically invisible to everyone but that one person who's aware. And that one person who's aware is going to basically be seeing him being Kronk.
And
And he's just He's just gonna go around being a sneaky sneak around this floor and just try to get a general gist of the conversations being had and a vibe check on everyone on the floor,
Vap.
demonstrating an unusual amount of awareness of the delicacy of the situation.
Wonderful. Well, as you pass from row to row, conversation to conversation, you are able to hear basically people talking about their day-to-day day-to-day lives. Some people are talking about their favorite tea. Others are discussing the merits of the latest book released on Uther, and whether or not that book is taking him a bit too seriously, as well. Anything that even attempts to make sense of that god clearly is taking him too seriously. And you also hear an argument about the school district on how those lines should be drawn. And you also hear people asking about references for shipbuilding and references for, the best team building activities, because it is time to start thinking about the Ulandan games again, and it's getting harder and harder to form a championship team just from one nation again. People are starting to hold recruiting events and kind of get whoever they can find, and so it's just a myriad of different conversations floating through the air. Is there anything in particular or any person in particular that Colin is honing in on?
Colin is going to be focusing on discussion of the railroad, or if those nobles show up, going to be keeping an eye on them. Also, I just heard a kind of boxery monk in the back of my head start screaming, and I'm not sure why.
And what were they screaming?
Something about Uther that just pot shots were taken at their god, I think, and I just felt like it was necessary to make aware that that is currently going on in my head. But he's got 25,000 platinum pieces. He doesn't actually care.
Okay. Good. So, looking for those nobles, no sign of them from what you can see going on over there, and from what you can hear, no one seems to be discussing the railroad.
Okay. And he will just sort of make his way back to the stacks, take his hood back down, and go back to being normal Colin, and exit the other side of the stacks. No books heavier.
Okay.
Decidedly not found anything additional to add to the giant to read pile.
You have enough books on your plate.
Yes.
And sir, what are you up to?
Just browsing, seeing if there's anything interesting about the town. or the town's history, trying to get a little context before going into this important meeting.
Yeah. Roll investigation for me.
21.
Excellent. Over here, you're able to find kind of like a display area about the town itself, including including some local history books, a list of current events, as well as advertisements for a few festivals that are upcoming, and a few pamphlets on the local temples.
Anything, I guess, more financially related, like how certain members of the community, like, I guess, community family tree type information. Small communities tend to have records like that. So, oh, this family started off as farmers, information we could use later.
Okay. So, looking past this little kind of kiosk section, the local history section is back here. And that does include a section on genealogies, a section on town history, including how it was built. There's a special line, a timeline up here that shows the current magistrate and their administration, kind of like an organization chart, but showing the magistrates going all the way back to the founding of the town, showing who was the ruling party at any given time.
Yeah, she would want to check that out and see what information she could get on the members of this community and their families.
Excellent. Roll a d6, please.
2.
Okay. Looking through those reports, there are 2 names that come up at really different times that start to, well, they start to come out. There is, I'll have to type this one out. There is, well, the last name is Weaver. What? Okay, hold on. I'm hearing whirly dirly things. Oh! Someone subscribed. Yay!
Welcome to the chaos, a piece of energy.
Hi, a piece of energy. So, the name Weaver comes again and again and again, as well as Peligro. And I will type their full names. The last magistrate before the current magistrate is Tihidora Weaver. And I will post the spelling over here. Bada ha. And so that's the name of the last magistrate before the current administration. And also, beep, 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 beep. This is really official music to go with Kronk's theme earlier.
Like you do.
And flipping through the genealogies, as you mentioned that Suri was looking there, the family name Peligro is a very important name in commerce. It appears that they used to be heavily involved in the shipbuilding industry, but more and more started to fade away until recent history, they more appear as a vendor in all of the town fairs. With pairing that with the information on the table, you can tell that they're a wood carver who's slated for a lot of the festivals upcoming, and his name is Vento de Peligro, and I will put that in here as well. Broop.
Okay. So, knowing that this was really a town of merchants before this push for industrialization could be helpful in maybe talking people down from extreme decisions regarding that farm.
Perhaps.
So she's just going to make note of whatever she really can from this book and spend her time working on that.
Wonderful. And Gage will be at your side, happily holding any books in place that you need, or anything like that. She'll be happy about it on the inside, but no one could probably tell by looking at her. What are you up to, Yaya?
Is there anyone in here who is smoking?
What an interesting question. Roll perception.
Okay. That is a 16.
While you don't see any of the people smoking, you can smell smoke coming from this cat over here by the fireplace.
Like fire smoke or like pipe smoke?
Oh, like pipe smoke.
Okay. I just was making sure because those are two very different smells.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if she does not like immediately see anyone smoking, she'll actually approach the young lady, I believe you said, that sort of appeared to be someone that knew their way around the place. And in a somewhat uncharacteristically quiet voice, will say, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, but I had a quick question if you had a moment.
Oh, sure. Hi. Who are you?
The name's Gatiara Stone Shatter. What was your name?
She immediately shuts her book. You're...
You can just call me Yaya, dear. Did you have a moment to answer a question? You seemed like you were someone that knew your way around the place, and I just got here.
Yes, of course.
What was your name again?
Asmac?
Say that again for Karina's writing down sake.
Asmac. A-S-M-A-C.
Okay. Oh, Asmac, it's nice to make your acquaintance. That wasn't the actual question, though I appreciate knowing your name. It's a very nice name. Is it, run in the family?
I'm the only one in my family that has it. My sister and brother have different names.
Or were you named for a grandmother or something?
My great-grandmother? How'd you know that?
Well, it just seems like such a beautiful name that somebody would be so happy to give to a relative.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you know your great-grandmother?
Uh, no, I've seen a painting of her though. She was really pretty.
Oh, you must look like her then.
Um, I have the same color hair.
I, uh, if you don't mind me asking, I wasn't for certain, since this being such a nice place and all, was there a room where I might be able to smoke my pipe?
Um, well, you. I
Or would
think
you prefer that I go outside? That's all right as well. I understand.
no, I people smoke in here. You can go outside if you want to, but most of the time it's just the older people around the fire. They talk about magic and fighting and things like
Oh,
that.
that fire over there, and she'll point behind her.
Yeah, yeah, that or a really old wizard goes upstairs sometimes. He's not up there right now, but he really likes the attic spaces.
Sorry, Karina just blanked. Oh, that's all right. If it's okay with you, I'll just make myself comfortable over by the fire.
Of course, you can make yourself comfortable wherever you like. I think.
Oh, well, thank you, Asmak. That's very sweet of you. If you need anything, I'll just be over there.
Uh-huh.
And, Yaya, is this. You said this was like someone that was like 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Yaya, who is probably comparative in height to at least this person, will like give her a pat on the shoulder and say thanks and then move over towards the fire.
Excellent.
And that's she's gonna sit down and she's gonna uh, put Toast Smasher next to her, next to the side of the couch, and as she goes to sit, it's a cat, right? That's what you said.
Yes.
She'll like set the hammer down as she goes around the edge of the couch and like fishes in her one of her pouches for her tobacco and stuff. And she'll look up and see the cat and go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not disturbing you, am I?"
No, not at all.
Oh, excellent. I'll just be right here. Thank you.
You are welcome. What brings you to the fire this evening?
Oh, my pipe mostly. Didn't seem like anybody else around here was smoking, so I didn't want to get in anybody's way.
No, usually the later crowd likes to smoke.
The later crowd. Oh, what time of day is it, Anna?
It is just past sunset.
Okay. Oh, the later crowd. I see. Or perhaps I'll have to come back around after the town meeting and meet some of these later crowd. They sound like my people.
Oh, yes, many stories to tell.
Though I do love a good story. And she's like doing the whole pipe thing, you know. She probably cleans hers out every time, so she's not really having to clean it up, but prepping it and getting the tobacco in and all that. Well, thank you for sharing your fire. It's very nice.
Oh, but of course. Anyone here is welcome. It's the library.
And a very nice library it is, too.
Indeed. Can't say they're very hospitable all the time, but the library is at least nice.
Aye. Who's not hospitable, though?
Well, people in general.
Oh, aye. Do you know anything about the town meeting that's happening down below?
I know some things.
Yaya doesn't say anything else, and continues. She'll like light her pipe and sit back and trying to think how tall Toastmaster's handle is. It's probably too tall for her to like put an arm on. So she'll just like lean into the arm of the couch or whatever and just very contentedly be smoking her pipe.
All right. So as Yaya is with her pipe and Colin, you said the after the sneaky sneaks were over, you sat down in the fiction section to read.
No, he would have joined. He would have joined his sister and Gage,
My apologies.
as he did not bring his giant pile of books with him.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And came back without a book. Yes, yes, yes. I remember. I remember things.
Mm-mm.
Fabulous, fabulous. So, we usually take a break at 8:30. However, we're going to go ahead and break now because our next switch over to back of the ranch will involve some interesting twists and turns for,
Yep.
for our wonderful. Oh
It's
god.
fine. Crowther and I can handle a boss fight.
It's fine. It's fine. My bladder thanks you.
Everything is fine. So, for our break, we love our cast. So now let's hear it for the crew. And for this session, we deeply appreciate the artwork of Daniel Skaggs, aka Seekski, on DeviantArt for bringing a host of our NPC characters to life, and Halo Foster on Etsy for the creation of the Jupiter siblings. And we've also included various items from the interwebs. If you like what we like and would like to know where we got it, let us know. Then you'll know what we know, and we'll all be in the know of what we like. And we'll be right back to the adventure in just a few minutes at 8:37 p.m. Central Time. Thank you! Hello.
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 Hello, I am finishing up some peppermint bark.
Oh, I love peppermint bark.
Me too. So when I saw the little Ghirardelli squares in the Christmas section at Target, which is already freaking open, even though it's like mid-November, I was like, yes, I need these for later.
I have bought those Ghirardelli squares for my own stocking before.
Yes,
I'm like,
good.
Yeah.
I need these.
I bought them to take to a house party yesterday, and then we all ate so much of someone's baked brie that I forgot to open them, which is a really good problem to have.
Baked brie. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Yes. Baked brie with like raspberry preserves.
There were pears.
Mm,
Oh, there were pears.
There were pears. It's very good.
Let's see. Do you have Melanie returned?
Yep, I'm here.
Yee. Alrighty. Well, actually, Sheba, Yaya, not Sheba. Wow, Suri, Colin, and Yaya can take a back seat for a while because Sheba.
Dun, 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 da, da, da.
Look, these names though.
I'm sorry that both of your clerics have S names.
No, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's just me.
Just glad.
It's just
Didn't even think about. I'm glad I don't. Yaya doesn't go by Stone Shatter.
Can you imagine?
You're just trying to break me.
I didn't even think about it until you said there's so many S names. I was like, I actually did that too. I'm sorry. But we don't
It's
use that name,
okay.
so we won't think about it.
It's okay. I still love you all dearly.
Even though you drive me mad.
You're driving me mad. Okay, so Shiva. Oh no, it erased the other initiative orders.
Yeah. Only Sheba gets to go.
Only
Presumably last.
I know the bird got 4. I remember
Oh.
Crowther is awesome because Crowther, but I'll reroll.
That looks.
Oh, whoops.
Awesome. By the way, the shadow bird. That looks so cool.
It's a dope bird.
It's a dope bird. Okay. Well, there's our order.
Wow. We're all really good at it.
Wow, guys.
This is gonna be a big fight.
Well, surprisingly, I'm going first. With a 6. So this is a shadowy bird that appears to be grinning at me. It's looking very self-satisfied. I don't like the vibes of that bird, I don't think. It already pooped on me and then materialized into a bigger and scarier bird. So, I am gonna summon some spirit guardians. So I am calling forth spirits to protect me. They're gonna make a circle of 15 feet around me. I can designate creatures to not be affected by it, which I suppose would include the cows and Crowther whenever he gets here.
Good.
So it is a cloud of pissed off looking golden glowing hawks, which are natural predators of the sparrow and also a sacred animal of Apollo.
Dun dun
Yeah.
dun.
Cool.
Me frantically Googling bird stats.
Cool. No problem. So, let's see.
It is a 15-foot circle around me, so like there.
15 circle around you.
Like stemming from me. The radius is 15, I believe, if I'm understanding this spell correctly.
Like that? Oh, wait, I need
Yes, perfect.
Can you see?
I do. I see a
There.
golden circle, as I suspect I should.
Location players can see. Okay, yes. Okay. Good. And okay, good. And where are you placing your spiritual weapons?
Oh, the whole circle.
The whole thing.
The whole, yeah. So like,
Okay.
if the bird, say, enters the circle, it will have to deal
Cool.
with
You know,
my godly hawks.
which they already,
Aww.
are in the circle. Cool.
Yes, everything is going according to plan. I'm sorry, my cat is carrying around a toy sushi and is screaming.
Yes.
So apologies if you can hear powerful yodeling of
Powerful yodeling.
ma'am.
Powerful yodel.
Wow. You have your shrimp?
Yes.
Yeah, you let him know. Okay.
Cool.
She has been appeased.
Anything else on your turn?
Well, the bird did, technically, I guess, enter the area for the first time on a turn, but it's also about to start its turn, so I guess we'll resolve this then. It's gonna take some damage.
Wonderful. Birdie turn.
First things first, I need the bird to make a wisdom save.
Cool. Wisdom saving throw, which is not its best thing. 17.
Wow, okay, so it beat it, so it's only gonna take half damage.
Okay, cool.
So it's gonna take half of 15. So 8
Okay, that's fair.
radiant damage.
8 radiant damage?
Yes, radiant damage.
Okay, good to know. We're fine here.
It's a shadow bird. Eat my golden sunlit dick.
Whoa.
Man, she was feeling her Wheaties tonight.
Sheba got pooped on. She's mad.
Eat my son. Wow.
The family chat.
No,
I'm so sorry.
an F-bomb's been dropped tonight. We're pooping.
It's all been me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
all sorts of.
It's been a weird week, okay?
Amy, you know I'm the one that did that on Monday night, so it's okay. Like, I think I ruined that when Dallas was like, "Yes,
This is
this
not
is real life D&D." After we had like cursed and then devolved into inappropriate commentary.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anything about Monday
Whoops.
night's game is family friendly.
Whoops! When we're making our characters make acrobatics and then constitution checks for certain activities, yeah, I don't think
Gosh!
I'm
actual
playing a
rolls.
succubus, so
Yeah, actual rolls that happened on this past Monday night. The first rolls, actually, I think, of the night.
it was, started off on
Started off on a strong note.
a special foot. How about that?
Wow.
I'm gonna just stop before we
But
devolve
yes,
further.
so the bird takes that damage and then does whatever the bird's gonna do.
All right,
Oy,
cool.
oy, oy.
So the bird is going to cast fear. And I need to know what is Sheba's worst fear.
I'm gonna say drowning.
Okay. Interesting. So I will need Sheba to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, nope, that's the wrong window. Dirty 20.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
Yeah, you doubt the
So,
powers. Fine. I can't even do it again.
doubt the powers of your. Yes. So the shadow bird that was flying towards you, is turning and is flying away. What? How does that interact with your spirit guardians as it moves
Let
outside
me
of
look.
that circle?
I think it's. I don't think anything happens because it already took the damage because it started the turn there.
Okay.
I guess it technically could have taken the damage just when I first summoned it because, like, when the creature enters the area for the first time, it also takes damage. So I don't know how you want to deal with that, or just call it good with its 8 points of radiant damage, and now I have to deal with the consequences of my actions.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yep.
So bird is flying away, and guess who's up next? It's a
Crowther's totally got
Crowther.
this. Crowther's totally got this.
Crowther's got this. Crowther is ready to go. And go he shall at what kind of pace we gotta. Oh my gosh. So far away. Okay, Crowther. You can do this, buddy.
Crowther's got this.
Crowther's totally got this. Crowther.
So Crowther is going to sprint as much as Crowther's little legs can carry him with a speed of 30 feet. He's gonna
He's doing
get
his best.
just within the circle of coming to aid Sheba as he sees this crazy shadow bird come out of nowhere. And as he passes the well, Sheba, you hear Crowther's voice in your mind. Is this beast with the railroad?
That's what I was hoping.
Not to my knowledge, but I didn't ask.
Crowther nods and pushes his weight into the ground on all four of the pads of his feet and says, all the same, it does not appear friendly.
It is certainly not, and also pooped on me.
Unforgivable.
Unforgivable indeed, and I'm gonna guiding bolt it.
I was like, if this was an anime, things just got real.
Just got real.
Real sassy.
Sassy. Okay. Tell me about your guiding bolt.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
Great. It's gonna take some damage, which I will roll. Ooh, that is a good set of d4s. That is 19 radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against it has advantage because this shadow boy is now glittering with mystical Apollo energy.
Oh, that's delightful. And you're sure that's not lightning energy? That's radiant. It's your
That is
good sun
indeed,
stuff.
it's radiant because cleric things
Those
and also
cleric
sun
things.
things.
Uh-huh.
Hashtag just cleric things.
Just cleric things. No problem here. Everything's fine.
Everything. Every time you say that, it's just everything is fine in Ba Sing Se.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Yeah, and I think that's a turn. Yep.
Wonderful. So the burb, is going to buff it up and flap its wings, and when it does, Sheba needs you to make a strength saving throw. DC to beat is 15.
Yeah, it's been beaten. That's a natural 18. I don't remember what the modifier. It's a dirty 20.
You're able to stand your ground as the wind from the bird's wings beats against you, and the shadow rushes towards you and is going to attack.
Oh, it's entered
It
the
has
zone.
entered. So, does it
Make
take some
that
damage?
Well, you gotta make the wisdom save first.
Uh-huh.
Number to beat
Cool.
is 14, I believe.
It did not do that.
Okay, so it's gonna take full damage, which is also a really good roll. That is, hold on, 21 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can do whatever it's gonna do.
Cool. No problem here.
It seems fine.
This is fine.
Cool. It is It is going to reach out with its claws and attack for I can add things. Does a 19 hit?
It sure does.
It sure does. Oh boy. That is exciting. So I will then do 16 piercing damage.
Sure.
And then with its multi-attack, it gonna bite.
Sure.
And with a bite, does a 17 hit.
It does.
Alright, so... Ooh. 17 piercing damage.
17 damage?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Punk bird.
Bird.
Eat it.
Burb. And then Crowther, who is here, is while the bird swoops down for Sheba, he gonna chompy chomp at the burb's tail.
And he got advantage because guiding bolt.
Excellent. Well, that definitely saved him from making that critical failure. So,
Oof.
yay!
I got you, buddy.
Woo! And he is able to clamp onto the bird's tail and swings around with his own heavy hitting tail to strike at its body with advantage, doing his own bit of damage to this rude creature. Back at the top of the round, we will find out what happens in a moment, because over at the library, we have Franklin and Zelnia. I don't know why I picked out the name Zelnia. Should have been Billy Bob. Are coming back over to Colin and Surrey and Gage and saying, well, looks like they're all right. With you all attending, even though you are not technically or even remotely citizens of this town, but yes, you all can come. Where did the loud one go?
Colin will just make the like universal pipe to mouth hand motion.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The fireplace then. Franklin. And Franklin will scurry off. Are you... And Zelnia continues speaking. Are you all sure you want to do this?
If we can do anything to help you, we'd like to.
Yes, I prefer just working on my farm. I very much appreciate you all speaking here.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen, but you deserve a life you can be proud of.
Alex, your mic is weird.
What's it doing?
Oh, it's better now.
Faded
Yeah,
out
now it's fine.
entirely and got super muffled.
Yeah, it sounded like you were underwater.
Oh. That may have been my internet connection.
Okay, it got
You
good
are
now.
back.
Excellent. It did. My mic stand did also slide down about a half an inch,
Maybe.
That's it.
Man.
and also, my Colin voice is like, 5 dB lower probably than my actual voice too. But I don't know what's going to happen. But you deserve a life you can be proud of, and a home you can be happy with.
Thank you. And Yaya over at the couch, you do see Franklin come up and stand over and kind of pat his hands on the back of the couch and stick out his thumb, motion back to the group.
Oh, are they ready, Franklin?
He nods.
She does not do the universal smoking symbol, but is holding her pipe and points at it and goes, do they allow smoking at the meeting?
He kind of nods his head and shrugs.
Excellent. And she'll hold it between her teeth as she lifts Toastmaster and will follow wherever Franklin is indicating.
All right. And he leads her back to the rest of the party.
So long.
So then, Franklin and Zelnia turn around and say, "Well, the town meetings are always held in the basement. Here we go." And they go down the staircase at the end of the hall.
Here we go.
Surya will lead Gage towards the stairs so they can all head down.
Gage follows Surrey.
Everyone, like the way that this is set up, everybody can see who's walking down the stairs, right?
Yes.
Okay, good, great.
As soon as Yaya enters the room, there's some whispering in the back.
And Franklin and Zolnia are okay. They're actually going to go sit. Yaya is actually going to. Well, she wouldn't want to be in the way, but she'll nod at Franklin and Zolnia as she goes by them. But she'll actually kind of get where if people like need to walk through that aisle or whatever, they can go through. But she'll put Toe Smasher down again, upside down, and sort of lean against the wall in the back with one foot up on Toe Smasher.
Excellent.
And kind of away from everyone and continuing to smoke her pipe or whatever.
Of course. So, as you all come down, these benches are not actually empty. They're empty for game piece placement, but the room does have benches throughout and townspeople scattered. There are some who look like workers, some who are clearly of the upper class, some of the working class, and at the front of the room resides an elf sitting on a solitary chair who seems to be the current presiding magistrate in this whole affair, but the atmosphere is calm despite Franklin and Zilnia's apprehension regarding the whole event.
Remind me what the name of this town is, or is it just going to be the town for us? It's not anything in particular. I don't know that I ever wrote it down.
It has been a while. I think we named the town. I don't remember.
I can go back and check. I can't remember, and I was going to write. I know, because we're not in Verdor, because that's where we were headed.
Right.
From Azure.
It is not.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah. It is a small rural town. If we would like a secondary name or to rename, I can figure one out.
It's totally fine. It's not necessarily like pertinent. I was just gonna like make a little town hall meeting for this town. But if it's not necessarily just super relevant, then it's not a big deal.
I'll tell you, it is a Spanish word inspired town name.
Here we go, Google.
As are most towns in Jobix. As you will notice, Azure, Verdor. Is there a pattern here? I don't know.
It is a mystery.
Fantasy and reality collide. What's the word for town in Spanish? That would be what I would do.
Ciudad. There's city.
Pueblo.
Yes.
Pueblo.
Well, it depends.
Just Pueblo.
Yeah, just Pueblo.
Pueblo.
La Ciudad. The town.
Pueblo. Gosh.
You know, the people moved out here and they were like, hey, it's the place we live. It's the Pueblo. It's fine. Where do you live? In the town. Ah, yes. The town. Like one of my friends lives on None Such Road in Texas.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Where am I? In the Pueblo.
Oh, there's None Such Road there.
Oh, that's good.
Oh gosh.
That's good. So the elf not the elf on the shelf. Ha ha ha. The elf on the chair.
Boo! No, I
This is what
appreciate
you
it.
get to deal with tonight.
No, it was good.
It was a good.
It was a good.
The elf looks over at you all and says, "Well, will you all be joining us this evening?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well then, please do take a seat.
Colin will make a point to stand.
Oh my gosh.
He is a teenage boy.
This is true. Let's be real. Yaya just shakes her head at you.
Make a charisma saving throw, Colin.
There's also you literally just said that all the seats were filled,
No, I didn't.
and that these seats are occupied.
No,
Are there more
I said
benches?
the
Okay,
opposite.
there are more benches than there are in.
Yes,
Here.
just
Okay.
imagine. Theater of the mind. There's
Yes,
lots of places
there's
to seat,
lots of
unless
places.
Colin wants to. That's totally fair, right?
I mean, Colin would prefer to stand, but he will sit if there is an obvious faux pas for him not to.
Well, you were offered a seat, so if you don't, yeah, I think the charisma saving throw was a
So,
good call.
The elf stands and walks over to Colin, which this token will not do because it's a sitting token. But the elf will approach Colin, towering over the child. Say, "Young man, you were invited here. Will you not sit with us?"
Well, all right. And Colin is going to spend the next minute taking off the things that he has and making a pile that is somehow bigger than him to the side of his seat of the things that he cannot sit properly whilst carrying.
Excellent.
Suri will guide Gage to whatever bench is closest and open and take a seat next to her.
Gage will follow while whispering in Suri's ear. So, do these people look as horribly pretentious as we thought they'd be?
Some of them?
We can deal with some.
Gage immediately how many weapons do I have? I can take some. That's a number.
If we can work with the others here, the ones that are not driving this problem, maybe we can make some progress.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be good.
Aside from the folks from the farm, does anyone look particularly either uncomfortable or nervous or otherwise looking kind of smug and full of themselves?
Yeah, roll some insight.
A 21?
this person over in the pink looks bored out of their mind. Smug might be a word for it. More like they're wasting their time. A few others look genuinely interested in what's going to happen tonight. Others seem to be here just because it is a it is it is the routine. They go to the town hall meetings. That's what they do.
All right, she's gonna kind of keep an eye on that person in pink to see what their attitude problem is about.
I'm sorry, what was that?
She's just gonna keep an eye on that person in pink to kind of see what their attitude problem is about as the meeting goes on.
Excellent. What a great idea. So we have Colin with a pile of sharp objects.
Not just sharp objects. The drift globes there. Like 4 1-gallon jugs are there.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh gosh, I forgot about that.
yeah, he's got a
Why
lot
does
of
he
stuff,
have
and he had,
all of that still.
He's an adventurer who's attending a common town meeting.
Never know what you're gonna need.
Oh man.
this is why he didn't want to sit down. He's specifically an adventurer who doesn't trust the cart to not be burgled.
Okay, and Yaya is kind of chilling in the back with Toast Smasher kind of out of the way.
Yeah, she's just being cognizant of the smoke is essentially like she doesn't
Okay.
unless people are looking to she's not like exuding a bubble of like stay away from me. It's more she's trying to be respectful to people. Like if they want to get in her bubble, she's totally fine with it. She just was kind of trying to be more respectful since this is not her town specifically, and B, she is smoking and was told that she could smoke. She's just kind of trying to be cognizant of the room, reading the room, and where she kind of will. That's part of, I think, part of the rustic background in my head is like being able to sort of blend in with everybody else in a way. And so she kind of can feel, as far as where the common people are concerned, where she sort of fits in their circles. So that's kind of her goal, is to just kind of be one of them, even though that's kind of weird to say given it's like the folk hero background. It's like they're able to the rustic hospitality is like they're able to sort of identify with them because they are one of them. They are a common person. So
Excellent. So, the elf tilts his ear as if listening to a faraway noise and casts dancing lights. An orb of pink, one of blue, and one of yellow circle above his head and scatter to the different corners of the room and just begin, dancing as the dancing lights do. And he stands and says, "The meeting has come to order. Note we are following the scheduled appointments. The public commentary will wait until the end. After the meeting is called to order, we shall proceed until the adjournment. Open discussion is available on each ticketed item, with the exception of public hearings, which must be scheduled at their approximate start times. Call to order. First, do I have a second? Person in the second row raises their hand. I second. The elf nods. Do I have a third? Gentleman in the back row raises their hand. Third. The elf nods and continues. For our scheduled appointments this evening, we have an application for transfer of an on-premise beer and wine license from the Culinary Underground Company over to the Flower and Flora Company. This is a name change, transferring from Jenny to Bowmaster, a local druid. Any public commentary on this transfer? The room is silent, besides that weird smattering of coughs that always happens in a meeting.
Anna, have you attended one of these meetings before? Because I'm like, man, it's like I'm there.
It feels too real.
It feels very real. I very much appreciate it, but I'm like, oh man, I have, yep. Mm-hmm.
Have you been to a town hall meeting?
Yep.
Let me give you this experience.
Allow me. Hey, this is real life D&D, folks.
The incredibly awkward silence that is just pervasive.
Yeah, except you get the
Mm-hmm.
yeah, random. Yeah.
The elf does clear his throat and summons a parchment sheet into his hand and an inkwell ink pen, a peacock quill, and begins signing. I sign into order the on-premise beer and wine license transfer active on this evening. Do I hear a second? Someone from the left side of the room says, I second. Second has been accepted. Do I hear a third? Someone in the front right row echoes, I third. Permission granted. Motion has been closed. Discussion has been closed. Ticket item closed. The parchment vanishes in a puff of purple, and the dancing lights change to all blue colors. And now, the elf says, we have a joint meeting with the Finance Committee about the local meals tax option for the Council on the Aging to update programs and the building improvements. And while this town hall meeting is commencing, I believe we do have a cleric fighting a shadow bird.
We do have that.
Music gets back up as we do a crossfade.
Oh, no. We're doing a George Lucas, scissor fade upscale.
Oh, sudden cut.
It's just a wipe.
PowerPoint transition.
PowerPoint.
Oh, God.
That's what they always remind me of.
The camera pans past Toe Smasher, and Toe Smasher's handle is concealing the wipe.
Oh gosh! Oh,
Yaya is
so
almost
painful.
insulted by the thought.
Horrible. Horrible. Okay, so yeah. I am gonna use my action to channel divinity and use Radiance of the Dawn. So
Ooh.
the burb must make a con save. DC is 14.
A con save, you say?
I do indeed say.
That'd be a 7.
Okay, the burb will take full damage, which is 17 radiant damage.
Cool. That's cool on the bird.
Yeah, super cool for
17.
the bird.
Dang.
Um,
Shiva's got this. Man.
Shiba does a lot of radiant damage, okay? Hold on, I have to mark that I've used that.
Praise the sun!
Sorry, the way you said it sounded like there was an old viral video about exercises they made you do at Jesus camp. Where the guy, praise Jesus! Rebuke the devil!
You're welcome.
Thank you. So now having done that, I will use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on myself at a level 2, because why not? We'll take a little something. Let me get my D4s out. My little D4s. Where'd I put it? Okay. Cool. I will heal back 8 whole hit points.
Fantastic.
That's the turn. And the bird is starting in the zone. So I do need a wisdom save from the bird.
How smart is this bird? The bird is 19 smart.
Okay, half damage. Half of 17. So,
Oof. Still. Fine.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So Burb is gonna try to get free from Crowther's grasp and successfully flings Crowther to the ground. So Crowther is now prone, and whips around, and with its beak is going to bite at Sheba with an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay, with a 11, 16 piercing damage.
Sure.
Sure. And Crowther is going to right himself and going to use one of his super special Crowther powers. Let's see.
Excellent.
Um, okay. You know healing word. So does Crowther. So, healing word, Crowther, as he gets up, turns to Sheba, and says, Phaeton son. And you will regain 13 hit points.
Dang, Crowther, all right. Thank you.
Top of the order.
Top of the order. Okay. All right. Okay. How's this? I don't know how I would tell this. How's this bird looking?
You can do a religion check.
Yeah. Okay. 16.
Excellent. You can tell that this burb is not looking too hot. Mathematically, it's about a third. It is you have killed 2/3 of the bird.
Great. Okay.
It's not looking great.
Not a good time to be a bird. All right. Well, I would like to guiding bolt the bird again.
Of course you would.
The bird is getting a guiding bolt to the face. I have to hit with it, but
Cool.
which I don't think I do with an 11.
Oh no, not a chance. Sorry.
Yeah. No, didn't think so. So that's my turn, but now it's the bird's turn, so I do need a wisdom save. Oh wait, hold on, I didn't roll for keeping concentration. 11. I don't remember what the roll is on that.
Above 10 is good for me.
I
So
think roll.
I'd say you
It's either
win.
half the damage or 10, whichever is higher.
Okay, well the damage was 16, so we're good.
It'd be 10, yeah.
It would be 10. Okay, so yes, I do need a wisdom save from the bird.
Don't want one. Okay. Ooh, how's 12 sit ya?
Full damage from this.
The bird is trying to grow wiser and not succeeding.
17 radiant damage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Bird's not looking too hot.
Good.
Or maybe it is. Maybe it's getting a roasty toasty bird.
It's a shadow bird. It pooped on me. I don't want to eat it.
Done you. Excellent. So, with the burb, let's see. They are going to Where's this one? Oh, here we go. That one's fun. So, yet again, they are they're going to grin and Sheba, I need you to make a strength check.
Okay. Strength save or strength check?
Just a strength check.
That's a number. 8.
Cool. Because that's a number that's going to be matched up against this number, which is a 15. Excellent. So, did you know that the shadow creature has telekinesis?
I did not know that until now.
Cool. So, it's going to pick you up and throw you against this wall.
Ow.
Please roll 1d8.
1.
You get 1 point of owie for against the wall.
What? That's better than getting bit, so.
And the bird is going to flippity flap flap. Flippity flap flap flap. Flippity flap flap flap.
Flippity flap, don't flap back.
Flippity flap, don't flap back.
Thank you for
Excellent.
understanding me.
Yes, and as the bird is appearing to turn and fly, Crowther is going to cast another spell. Crowther takes a deep breath and a giant wall appears, but the wall is translucent. The wall appears as if it is rising from the very ground of the path itself, a wall of wind.
Yeah.
And this bird doesn't quite make the strength saving throw, and so it's gonna take 3d8 bludgeoning damage. So, dang, that's 22 damage.
Yeah!
And that shadow creature, it looks as if the very essence of its being is beginning to dissolve. But something is holding it together. Meanwhile, back at the town hall. So, Suri, Colin, and Yaya, you listen through several more items of agenda, of little things about
The huge.
town, the usual things. And eventually it appears as if the town is kind of winding things down, and the elf kind of stands up and calls the dancing lights back to himself and says, the notice of addressees has been served. The agenda and revised agenda as submitted has been reviewed and approved, and all items, including the new Center for Children subcommittee, has been approved. Other matters will be introduced properly before the board, and the board may vote for evaluation, approval, and discussion before the next meeting. Before we adjourn, public commentary is open. Do any citizens have issue, suggestion, words to voice before the town?
Before anybody does say anything, can I make a room vibe check for Yaya? Because as much as she personally doesn't view the gods as like traditional gods, that doesn't mean that she doesn't listen to them and think that they do have things of value to say. Zorafina told her to listen more to what is not said. And so Yaya is sort of like minding her own business, kind of looking around the room discreetly in, such a way that's not drawing attention away from, like, to her or anything. But is there anything missing aside from, obviously this would be the moment of, like speaking up about what's going on with the farm, but like, is there anything obvious that should have been discussed aside from this whole farmhouse thing, railroad? Is that the most obvious thing that wasn't talked about, or is there anything else that she can kind of pick up on as she's sitting here listening through everything on the agenda?
Yeah. Do vibe check, insight.
As all of the people are bored or just sitting here. Ooh, I'm sorry, 21. 19 plus 2 is 21. It's fine. It's that time of night. I can't math.
Wonderful. Okay, so you can tell that the people who were here for, this is their usual gig, that they recognize the near conclusion of the meeting, and they're ready for things to end. This is the normal flow of things. And to the person who was grinning, they are still grinning and very self-satisfied at how the evening has gone. And as far as things missing, I mean, there should obviously be discussion about the farm, but you are in Jobix, the nation obsessed with the 7 deities. But throughout this whole town meeting that normally has several prayers throughout, no one's mentioned a single god. Not one. Which, cool for you, but
It's very strange, though. Like, even like for Yaya specifically, I would feel like that's hella weird, because like she would normally, I think, keeping that in mind, like be in the back trying not to like roll her eyes as they're invoking, heroes that have big heads or whatever, however she phrased it. So yeah, that is real weird. Okay, cool. That's weird. All right, excellent. Sorry, that was a good to know.
yeah.
I may have missed this. Are the people who were at the farm here?
Yes, right now.
No. The nobles who showed up.
Oh, the
All
other nobles.
smug.
That was actually my other question of like, is there a disparity between the number of like common people and the number of nobles that attend this meeting? Is it mostly the nobles?
It is there. There are a couple of nobles. There's a fairly good mixed representation. There are not a lot of mixed sitting tokens, and I really like the sitting tokens. I think they're really awesome. But
Right,
yes.
that was why I was asking, because I
But
knew,
yes,
it's kind of, the room is full, but it's fairly mixed as far as
Yeah.
the range of people that are here.
Yeah, if anything, there are more working merchant class than either poor farmer or rich noble.
And kind of a follow-up, since Alex said something, keeping in mind, this just made me jump back to the theocracy thing. How many of them, if they're not mentioning like deities or not being mentioned, Yaya is going to start trying to clock how many people are wearing signs of the deities, of some kind of emblem or something, because I think we had talked, like when we met, like the priest of Zorafina, like they had their symbols on them, and I think we've talked about like most people wear something that identifies them with one deity or another. Are there many people in here that do? Does the elf, specifically, she would be looking at the elf because she could definitely see him. But what's the like the disparity again? Like is it most people just don't, because most of them are the merchants and they don't do that kind of thing?
Yeah. You see what is completely customary, the normal wearing of symbols for multiple deities, and the elf in particular has a symbol for Zorfina, for Ariel, for Uther, and there's plenty of reasonability that that it looks like this is just a normal gathering of the townsfolk who have all the normal deity things. It doesn't look like they're averse to them.
It is not being brought up like at all.
Right.
That is, and there's not like no one's uncomfortable with this. Like, this seems like this is a normal thing. Like, this is just how this meeting goes.
Make an Arcana check.
Sure. I ain't trained in that. Got +2. Here we go.
Can I
No,
get on
that is 6.
You don't quite know what is or is not usual for this
Okay.
particular town meeting.
Are the super smug people that Colin did not like, who were at the farm, who totally just showed up because they'd heard about something that had happened like 5 minutes before, are they here?
I was thinking about that, Alex, and I think they were coming to check on them. I don't think they were so explicit as to like out themselves quite like that. Like, that was obviously it, but I don't think they actually said that. I was looking back at my notes. They were like, we're just here to make sure that everything's fine and you're okay. And they're like,
I had distinctly remembered, because that's what made Colin go, if you've come to check on your handiwork, you're not being particularly subtle about it.
And they're just like,
Was Colin just being like, yeah, you just heard about something that you just heard about something that we just finished dealing with like 2 minutes ago? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
But are they here?
Investigation.
Okay. That's a 12.
Looking through the people, knowing that they're not going to be in the same outfits, but you're pretty angry. I mean, you saw their faces and whatnot. So looking through them, No, no, they're not here. Nope.
Hmm. That's odd.
When the elf spoke and said specifically the citizens, did he have a particular like look on his face, or did he eye our group up at all, kind of implying anything by that?
He pretty much looks like he is reciting a script.
Ah, that magistrate. Excellent.
Good to know. Before saying anything, Suri wants to see if anyone else brings anything up, any of the citizenry.
Yeah, Yaya's definitely looking at Franklin. They wouldn't see her obviously because she's in the back, but she would glance their direction for sure when that moment happens to see if they're actually going to do anything.
So, Zelnia clears his throat and stands and says, actually, magistrate, I had something that I wanted to address, if I could. The magistrate nods. My farm has been raided a few different times. Vandalism and things. I don't want to press charges. I don't. But we're not going to leave. We're going to tend the land and grow and just stop. You're hurting my family. And I guess that's what I wanted to say.
Is there what is the room's reaction to we're not going to leave? I don't mind if you want me to vibe check or something, but Yaya's watching everybody at this point.
Watching everybody like a hawk. So at this point, the room does kind of murmur, and one of the gentlemen who has consistently been, one of the second, third, a voice, kind of raises his hand, looks over to Zelnia. You said they were raiding? Have you reported this at all?
Colin's gonna pipe up at this point. Well, two members of individuals who said they would be here tonight actually, showed up remarkably close to when the most recent attack occurred, saying they had heard about the situation and were coming to check in. And Colin will, as he's doing this, stand up and sling his bow over his shoulder because he's been holding it the whole time because he has nowhere. He's run out of places to put things.
Yaya will speak up at that point and say from the back, in that very casual, you're not even looking at anybody else, she's messing with her pipe or something. And she'll go, now my understanding of it is that these people are good stewards of the land. And somebody has been trying to extort them and get them off the land. Is my understanding correct, Zelnia?
Yeah. Yeah, they're looking at I know the railroad's important, and as soon as Zelnia mentions the railroad, murmurs break out across the room, and the magistrate stands up, says, "Look, Zelnia, I don't know who you've been talking to, but the railroad isn't coming through here. We're not. Are you confused?"
Insight check. Just immediately, just like eyes narrow.
Yeah, insight check.
Sussy baka. I mean, it's a 17.
The magistrate completely believes what he is saying.
Shit. Is that sort of the same on the rest of the room as well? They're like, what?
Is the person who was grinning still grinning?
You betcha.
Has the grin changed at all?
Nope.
Well, Colin now knows who his next assassination attempt will be against.
Colin's a thief, not an assassin.
That is a very fine line, I think. Oh gosh, it's such a very precarious situation to begin with. Okay. Is grinning person, I don't know what word, Jobixian? Jobixite? What do you call them?
Ooh, I had done like Jobixian in my head, but
Jobixian
is kind of cool.
Jobixite? Jobixacy?
Jovian?
Jobixian makes sense to me. Does he have the Jobixian like look to him? You know, because there's certain styles in the countries, and I feel like at least, you know, Gautier is familiar with the 5 countries I think I rolled. And so is that's then follow-up question if he's still grinning like a Cheshire cat? Does he look like he belongs here?
The person grinning is Lady in Pink.
Okay, does Lady in Pink look like a Jobixian?
Oh, most definitely.
What symbol is Jobixian lady wearing?
Zorafina.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I mean, y'all speak up and say, well, I don't mean to burst your bubble, sir. As everyone here is likely aware, I believe the land belongs to no one, and that we're simply here as stewards of it. But I see no reason to mistrust these 2 men. We rolled up to their farm on fire and helped put them out. So I don't know if you believe them, but I've seen no reason to find them to be liars.
At that accusation, the magistrate appears as if he is going to answer you, but
But all of the benches have.
But all of the
but instead,
it's been a dream this whole time.
Done.
you know,
Bench fight.
sometimes
Yeah.
you click on things.
It's like it like pans or whatever to the Final Fantasy.
To go.
No,
There we go. That's what I wanted to do.
Yep.
So,
Karina, thank you.
You're welcome. I do know the words to that because I'm a giant nerd and printed them out when I was younger.
Well,
I
and an
admit I
opera
was-
singer.
I was not expecting the Advent Children version of the lyrics. I was expecting the stuff they lifted from O Fortuna, but this is even better.
No, the version that I know is because of Final Fantasy Advent Children, because I've seen that movie. I have not actually played the 7th. I watched my brother play it when I was younger, the original. But no,
The original lyrics are just O Fortuna cut up and moved around. It's
Okay,
great.
well, I learned the other one because I probably already knew O Fortuna. Anyway, sorry, Anna, we were just stalling for time. What's up?
Oh, the benches have returned, but
They
stronger.
did. There's
And we have a new person.
We do. We have an interloper.
So, yes, a new creature arrives.
Oh dear.
A lady dressed in a dark blue and green robe with long brown tangled hair. She looks just horribly wet, as if she has just come out of a storm. And she, of course, is smiling. The lady in pink glitters away and vanishes. And everyone in the room, all the townsfolk anyway, look terrified. And she says, "Don't you worry about a little thing like a railroad. No, that is not what you need to fear at all. It is
Yaya is
the
throwing a
goddess of the storm."
spell. There's a spell coming out. I don't know what it is, but roll for initiative. This is not okay.
At the first available moment that between this person appearing and her beginning to talk, Suri wants to position herself between this freaky lady and the farmers to try to protect them.
Yes, winning.
Excellent.
Yeah, I need this person to make a con save.
Okay, cool.
Number to beat is 15.
I have Kelly here to verify this is a nat 20.
Okay, that's totally fine. Excellent. Psionic feedback, good.
So,
That just confirms Yaya's fear even further.
this one says, "You will fear the sparks of thunder and lightning before we are through. Yes, you must repent and cry for help to Zorfina. Yes."
Okay,
yes.
then Yaya is tackling this person if that didn't work.
Well, as soon as this creature is done speaking, she disappears. And I know we have Sheba and Crowther in the height of a battle with a shadowy bird. We also have a mysterious warning from a druid claiming to be a servant of Zorfina. But our next story with the Cuddle Vagabonds will have to wait until after the new year, as schedules are going to get packed with all of the activities and flurries of many different holidays between now and
The first after the first of the year.
2022.
Yes, the new year.
There are lots and lots of holidays.
Lots and lots of holidays. So, what that's going to look like for the Cuddle Vagabonds, for the internet archaeologists and Twitch and YouTube and all of those glorious things, is we will probably run some exciting one-shots for whoever can make it, and have some fun D&D things, and um and keep y'all up to date on what the Cuddle Vagabonds will be doing when they return. And yeah. So until then, that's all for tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you back the next time we play. And once this video is uploaded to YouTube, you can find links in the description to connect with us more. For now, have a good night, everyone. Wash your hands, wear a mask, stay safe out there, and get vaccinated when you can. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye. I have ended